Hey, everybody, it's Tara Bryan, and you are listening and watching Course Building Secrets. Hey, I am excited to come on today and talk to you about a long time issue that we have in training and development. And it's sort of like the conundrum of chicken and the egg, right? Which one comes first? Is the chicken or the egg or, whatever, right? So the question is, do you record your teaching, your video, or do you build the worksheet first? Or the actual thing you want them to do, right? Which one comes first? So I am going to dispel this myth for you today, because here is uh, the way to think about this is your goal when you're creating your course, your training modules or lessons, whatever you want to call them, is to teach somebody how to do something different than what they were doing before, right? It's not about teaching them how to know something different. It's about how do you teach them to do something different, right? So you want to put your learners in action. You want to help them practice to solve the problem or particular challenge that they have, right? So when you're helping someone solve a challenge or problem, right? Your goal isn't to be like, here, let me teach you you know everything about this problem. No, the goal is to help them actually get the result that solves that challenge for them. That's why you're building your online course, is to help solve that problem faster for somebody so they can develop that mastery, so they can kind of get over the hurdle that they're on, right? So the very first thing to do is, what do I need to teach them in order for them to do the thing so they get the results? So that is the actual answer to the question, which is, start with the worksheet. Start with the action plan or the thing you want them to do and how you want them to actually execute that back in their work, in their job, in their whatever it is that they're working on, right? So if the goal is for somebody to hire an employee, right? The goal, the result is that they actually hire someone, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to say, all right, what are the steps that they need to take in order to hire someone? And then build out the actual action plan, checklist, worksheet. I don't care what you call it, whatever it is you want them to do. And then once you've built that out, then you teach to that. So they have all the context and information and tools that they need in order to actually execute on it, right? Because your job is to help them actually do the thing to get the result. It's not to teach them everything that you know about hiring people. Like, they don't need that. They need you to help give them the result, which is that they've hired their first employee, right? What all the things that they need in order to hire their first employee. So the tip that I have for you today is, start by sitting down and mapping out what it is, what all the actions that they would have to do in order to get to that result that you're promising. So if it's hiring the first new hire, then you back it up and you say, okay, so what's the first step that they need to do? What's the second step? What's the third step? What's the fourth step, right? To get to that result. And then build out the actual things that they will do, right? They need to write a job description. They need to post that job description out on a recruiting site. They need to have a way to get and receive resumes and that kind of thing, right? Then they need to set up calls, and then they need to interview people, and then they need, all the things, right? So each step gets them to that result. Then build out what they need to do in order to do that. So a worksheet, a cheat sheet, a checklist, all the things that they need to do, build that first, then teach to that particular tool or template or checklist or whatever you want to call it that you're giving them. That will serve to give them the fastest path to getting there. It's not about the history of recruiting. It's not about all the 52 million recruiting tools that are out there that they could use. It's, here's the path. Just follow this path and do the thing, and you will get to the result. So that is my course building tip for today. Enjoy.